Morning, me again. I'm out back up in Carmarthenshire. I'm out on another sneaky little van camp. I'm heading up towards Brechfa in a place called Keepers. And before that, I'm going to sneak off and go and find a little trig point. But there's some confusion as to whether I'm allowed to go up there or not. There's no signs. There's no pointers, nothing. And it looks a bit dodgy. So I'm really not sure what I'm going to do. I think just sod it, just go for it. If I get shouted at, I get shouted at. There's only one thing for it. Just go for it. I can see the triggy. There it is, just up there. So I haven't got far to go, but yeah, just a bit worried about whether I'm supposed to be up here or not. Right, I've got to a gate that takes me up to the trig point, but unfortunately there seems to be some sort of house there, so I'm not going to go through that. I'm going to climb up through here and get to the point that way. Well, I made it, and boy was that worth it. Look at that. Absolutely magnificent view. Oh, a bit out of breath. There you go. Chuffed with that one. That's another one ticked off. Now, if you're interested in this sort of thing, the trig point is called Lan, L-A-N, and it's in a place called, or near a place called Horab in Carmarthenshire. And less than 10 minutes later, I end up here. It's a lovely little car park. It's very quiet at the moment. A bit worried about the gate, but more worried about the Natural Resources Wales van. I'm going to have a look around and see if there's any parking restrictions for overnight. Well, for the moment, I can't see any no overnight parking signs or any mention of overnight parking. So I'm just going to go for a walk and head back to the car tonight and see what happens. But yeah, fingers crossed everything will be fine. Right, let's hit the trail. Now, Brechfa is somewhere that I've heard of many times before. I've got friends that do mountain biking, and it's really well known for that. And I've been wanting to come here for years, but I'm just not into the mountain biking so much anymore. But yeah, maybe one day I might come back up here again, bring the bike. But just for now, it's nice to relax and just take it easy and just go for a walk. And that's my preferred thing these days. Now, the path I'm taking goes straight from the car park, past the wooden sheds that are down there, and through the gate. There are several paths I've seen so far that go down into the valley there. So one day I'm going to have to adventure down there, because it does sound like there's some nice flowing water down there. Well, I've made it down to the bottom of the valley. We've got a left turn and a right turn here. I can go either way. I'm just following the trail on my watch. Let's go clockwise. But now I'm down in the bottom of the valley. It looks like I'm going to have a bit of a climb going back up again. And it's absolutely glorious today. It's roasting. So what I've done is I've come down a trail on the other side of the valley here, on the other side of those trees. And I've got to the junction where I was a minute ago. But when I come back, instead of going up that trail again, I'm tempted to come here and head down some of these little trails. Takes you down to the water in the bottom of the valley, and see if I can find my way back up. But yeah, we'll see. Play it by ear, see what happens, see how tired I am. But it does sound really nice down there with the water trickling and everything. Just a bit of a side note here. I'm going to try and put as many what 3 words coordinates on these walks as I can for you. Things like car parks, places to stay, trig points if that's your thing. Yeah, just a little bit of extra information to help you find these places and find some good park ups and bits and bobs, so keep an eye out for those. I couldn't resist coming to have a closer look at one. Oh, if only that door was unlocked. I bet that's locked, secure, alarmed, cameraed. Yeah, I'm never going to get in there. I can only imagine the view from up the top. I'm an hour and a half in, and I'm 4.5 miles in, and I've not met another soul. Not a truck, not a 4x4, no rangers, nobody. It's just me out here, just me, the water going down the streams, the bird songs. Oh, it's just heaven. Just so good for the old noggin. It's unbelievable. Well, having said that, I've just bumped into 2 people. You might see them behind me, I'm not sure. But they've assured me that the gates aren't locked at Keepers, and they've had friends stay there themselves. So yeah, that's quite reassuring. But still, you never know in these places. So. Well, I'm back at the junction from the beginning of the walk. Going back to the car is up that way. And as I said when I was here earlier, it would be quite nice to go and have a look down in the valley and see the stream. So it's back up the way I came earlier, and I'm going to turn off in a minute to try and find the little trail that goes down into the stream. And here we have it. Let's go and have a look. Wow. Well, that was well worth it. I've got no idea how I'm going to cross it. I might just end up going back the way I came. But look at this. Isn't that just gorgeous? Well, as I'm here and I've got waterproof boots, why not? There you go, not a wet foot in sight. And here we are, back at the car park. That is 2 hours 40 minutes and 7.6 miles exactly. That's not bad going. Right, let's get some food on the go. Well, I've just had to drive 5 minutes up the road to get a little bit of signal for the phone. I parked here, plus I've been driving backwards and forwards for the last 10 minutes, trying to upload some photos, trying to get some phone signal. But what a place to come up and have a look at. I don't know how well you can see this because the sun is pretty low. But it's beautiful up here. It's dead silent. Very few cars going past. But there's absolutely no signal down in Keepers. So I've just come up here for a couple of minutes to see what I can get. And I'm just going to sit here for a bit and watch the film and see what happens with the phone signal. Evening all. Well, I'm back down in Keepers. Couldn't get much signal up the top. I did try and upload some photos to my Facebook, and but just couldn't do it. It was just taking too much time and too much battery on the phone, so I had to come back and charge that. But anyway, I'm settled in. I might go for a bimble again in a bit because it's still quite light, and yeah, it's still early. I don't know what time it is. What is the time? It's 23 minutes past 8 in the evening. So yeah, and I don't feel that tired, so might as well just go and kill some time and go and have a wander, see what it's like out here. Okay, I'll catch you later. Oh, what a morning, what a night. Absolutely amazing. Pitch black, dead silent, no other cars came up. And I think it was after about 9 o'clock I didn't hear any other cars coming up here at all, because they come round the back and then they take a sharp bend and go up the hill. And didn't get any of that last night. It was so quiet. And I woke up at 2:47 this morning, stepped out the van, looked up, and all I could see was stars. And the first thing I saw, honest truth, the first thing I saw when I looked up was a shooting star, followed by a satellite going over. If that's not a sign, I don't know what is. I've definitely gonna have to come up here again. Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. I'm gonna have a coffee now. I've forgotten my ingredients for the breakfast, so I'm going to stop off at McDonald's, I think, in Carmarthen on the way home. So, but someone has been in here this morning. I didn't hear them, but the gate leading down to the trails is open, and that was locked last night when I come back up through. And I know there's people logging up there, but yeah, didn't hear anything. But anyway, I'm going to sign off. I hope it's encouraged you to get out and do some stuff like this. Yeah, I'll have me coffee and then head off. So thanks for joining me. Hope you've enjoyed it. And I'll see you next time.